Kenny Kettner. I'm the Lubbock County Democratic Party chair. I'm calling this press conference because sign vandalism and sign theft is out of control, and it's now crossed the unfortunate line into hate crime. Hundreds of Obama signs, yard signs, have been stolen from neighborhoods all across Lubbock. We know this because of the many owners that have come to us and asked for replacement signs. Also, we have over half a dozen of our large 4x4 and 4x8 Obama signs have been stolen, vandalized, or shot. And as of about 1 a.m. this morning, we can add hate crime to the list, as 2 of our 4x4 signs at 26 and University Avenue were vandalized with the N-word written multiple times on the signs and mustard sprayed all over the signs as well. These signs will be available for inspection after the press conference. We have been and will continue to replace these signs, and we will not be silenced. Okay, a quick word about our signs. Our signs are legally designed. They are legally placed on private property where we have the owner's permission to place the signs. And some people may not like what our signs say, but that does not give anyone the right to steal, to damage, or to vandalize them. This is not the 1950s. This is Lubbock 2012, and this kind of racist garbage is still, unfortunately, out there. And please don't misunderstand me. I don't mean to say that every Republican is a racist, but we're not going to sweep this problem under the rug like we always do in Lubbock. Racist words scribbled on a political sign are a community problem, and I call on the entire community of Lubbock to discuss this problem openly and come up with a solution. The vandalism, by the way, is not just one individual or one group. Eyewitness accounts told to us here at the party headquarters indicate a variety of ages involved, male and female both. Some may dismiss it as just kids screwing around, but in my opinion that actually makes it worse, because if there are kids out there doing that stuff, that means someone is teaching them hate. And there's adults in our community teaching kids how to hate, and the problem is therefore not a little problem, but a big one, spanning multiple generations. So what do we do about this big problem? For the sign owners, if you're a victim of sign theft or vandalization, call us, we'll get you a new sign, but also call the police, generate a police report. We need to demonstrate the large extent of this problem, and I believe it is a large problem. And I also want to encourage the Lubbock Police Department not to dismiss these reports or delay in their response to the reports. Waiting hours for a police officer who may or may not show up and may or may not take the problem seriously is unacceptable. For the big picture, there's a word that I believe we don't use enough anymore, but it's exactly the right word for this situation, and that is solidarity. Even if you don't think this hate language applies to you, stand in solidarity with those that it targets. Help your neighbors keep watch on their property. Don't encourage hate, even if you think someone is joking. Hate anywhere is a threat to good people everywhere. So this election will not be fought with vandalism, but it'll be fought at the ballot box. Early voting starts this week, and we're having a Get Out the Vote rally Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. at Cavazos Middle School. So join us there in solidarity and use the power of your vote to defeat the hate that was scribbled all over our signs. So thank you for attending today, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Yes?
Are you going to be giving the signs over to the police so they can dust them for fingerprints or anything?
They were not interested in that when we got a hold of them, so they're welcome to that, of course.
Do you have any credible reports of a Republican sign having been taken down
Well, yeah.
by a Democrat and as an act of vandalism?
I haven't heard of one personally. I mean, their chairman says it happens. Of course, they're not going to call Democratic headquarters when that happens, so I really couldn't say for sure. But honestly, I sincerely doubt that they have the size and scope of problem that we have. But again, it's a community problem. I mean, hate language is not good for anybody, and if it's being used as a political tactic, that's absolutely horrible. Yes?
Can you talk about the timing a little bit? Like you said, it's so close to early voting. Do you think that it's especially bad since it is so close?
I think, yeah, as the election gets closer, I think this stuff happens more and more, and we've kind of seen the activity ramp up in terms of people stealing signs out of yards, and at that one piece of property at 26th and University, it's gotten more frequent with the big signs being vandalized and stolen. And we think it's residents in the area, but you know, we need the police's help to track that down for sure. Any other questions? Yes.
How often have you had the police involved with vandalism of your signs?
There are at least 3 calls that we've made, either myself or party officers. And we've been encouraging individuals to call if their yard signs have been stolen. I know of a handful at least who have called the police there. So, I mean, you'd have to contact the Lubbock Police Department to get the total number of reports filed about this, but I imagine it's larger than normal, that's for sure. More even, by the way, than 2008, I feel. I mean, I've been active in Lubbock politics since 2004, and this is the worst I can remember it being. Any other questions? Yes.
I think it's happening all over town too. It's not just in one section of town.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Because I live out in southwest Lubbock and had a well-lit yard, and I lost all 3 signs in my front yard.
Yeah, I have one friend whose neighbor said it was a little old lady on a bicycle just riding along, plucking the signs out of her yard. And that was also in southwest Lubbock. So it's not just, you know, by Tech or North Lubbock, East Lubbock. It's all over town.
I've never seen this happen before.
What about that? It's happened before, but not to this extent, you're saying?
It did in '92.
Yeah. And this is, you know, I don't recall seeing the N-word scribbled all over large campaign signs like this before.
That's right.
That sounds like desperation to me. But thank you all for coming, and please stick around. If you're interested in helping distribute Obama and Sadler signs to the early vote locations, come see me. I've got a little sign up for that. And also, you know, if you've got a sign story and you want to talk to the media, they're here. So please make yourselves available. And thanks again for coming out on a Sunday on short notice. I really appreciate it.